The most important thing is Canelo versus Triple G, Part 3. The trilogy finally finished over the weekend. Abel, what did you think of the fight?
I was a little disappointed in the effort. It looked like one guy wasn't ready to fight, and he was glad the other guy wasn't either. It just didn't go. It didn't go as I thought it was going to go. To put it that way.
Those are the words of Abel Sanchez, his immediate response of seeing his former fighter, Gennady Golovkin, lose to Canelo Alvarez. And the strange thing is, you know, he said that Golovkin wasn't ready to fight, but then he was glad that the other guy wasn't either. And let me counterpunch. I couldn't agree more. The fight itself wasn't what you thought it was going to be based on the first two fights that they had. And the first two fights were filled with effort. You know, they were filled with this, I refuse to let you beat me spirit about both fighters in both fights. And the third fight was like Hangover 3, a movie that you really didn't want to see. Bars. It was something that really wasn't needed. It was something that it was made off the strength of the first two. And because we seen the finished product, we can know it has nothing to do with one or two. It was kind of almost like a spin-off to the first and the second. You know, almost like Blade 1 and Blade 2 were like kick-ass movies with Wesley Snipes, but then Blade 3 was like, right? So, Abel, I like how he did put in there that, like, hey, he was glad that the other fighter wasn't either, because like I've been telling you guys, Canelo Alvarez wasn't, like, I don't know if he's fading because he started his career early and he's just getting tired, or he needs rest, whatever the case is. I've read that he has some type of wrist issue, so he's going to work on that or whatever. Something he needs to repair, or something's damaged or injured rather. But he is not the same guy that knocked out Caleb Plant. But to be fair, Canelo Alvarez is not the same guy that fought Julio Cesar Chavez. And you can tell by his work rate. It's almost like he punches in order to save energy, in order to avoid revealing to people that he doesn't punch or doesn't have the ability to punch or to throw punches in volumes like he's been doing. You look at Canelo in 154, 155 rather, and you see this guy throwing bombs. He doesn't do anything like that now. You don't see Canelo throw more than one or two punches at a time. It's almost like he's trying to be a bigger, buffer, stronger Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. Because, you know, Floyd really didn't throw a lot of volume punches. The punches that he threw were very well timed and well placed, versus showing you that I can throw punches, bunches, you know, and not get tired. Where now he's just like, you know, let me contemplate what it is to, there it is, bah! And he throws this like angled down right hand. So, you know, I think Canelo is focusing more on quality than quantity, but I think he's doing that simply because he has to, because he's not able or no longer able to throw or to put out that punch output like he used to. Okay, and then we've heard that Canelo has stamina issues or whatever. I thought that because he moved up in weight, it would help him out because he didn't have to starch himself or stretch himself and burn himself out to make that weight. That takes a lot out of you, right? But it may now be to the fact that this is his 17th year as a pro, you know. And as far as Golovkin goes, Abel was referring to Golovkin like, hey, he doesn't know what fight he was in. Now, if you took the Canelo from the second fight and you put him in this fight with Golovkin, he probably would have stopped him. He probably would have stopped Golovkin. And that's what we anticipated. We thought that, or I know I did, that Canelo was going to go out there with that, experience, punch placement, Mayweather-ish like style that he's known for, but then work the body to the point where it stops Golovkin, just like Derevyanchenko cracked the armor, of Golovkin when he hit him to the body and made Golovkin turn back and finally seen, that actually hurt that man. So I was expecting something like that, but I didn't get nothing of the sort. We've got Canelo just boxing. He did throw some impressive punches. He threw some overhand rights, some uppercuts, yada, yada, yada. But he didn't throw those punches to the body, which I think could have stopped Golovkin, because I predicted an 8th or 9th round stoppage. But that's because Canelo has set up punches upstairs to set those punches up downstairs and sink, right? But strange by Abel Sanchez, he was basically disappointed in both fighters, his former fighter Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez, which is a fair assessment. You guys tell me what you think about Abel Sanchez's comments are in response after Golovkin's latest defeat. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace!